So you'll remember that last Wednesday, Valentine's Day, at the Super Bowl parade in Kansas City, we had 22 people injured, 1 killed by gunfire. Almost immediately, the gunmen were taken into custody. 2 have been charged. They are minors, okay? They're in a Jackson County family court system, and they have been charged, all right? Now, there are others that are being looked at, but we don't know anything about these people, okay? 5 days after they were taken into custody, we know nothing about them. The Kansas City authorities are hiding behind the minor thing. But we don't need their names or their faces. We just need to know why they shot the place up. Some background, okay? Forget it. We're not getting it. And so, speculation from the media is running wild. I'm going to walk you through this. Remember, this is 5 days after this shooting. This is what the LA Times says in an editorial. Republicans double down on street crime, criticize Democrats as supposedly being too soft on the shooters. But all gun violence, even now, as homicide rates plummet, inflicts terror. The foreign agents and domestic white supremacists who want to destroy the United States are achieving their goal. Or rather, American gun policy and Americans with guns are achieving it for them. Unquote. How irresponsible is that? Injecting white supremacists into this latest case when there's nothing at all to indicate any ideology in the case. Nothing. Now, the LA Times is going out of business. And the reason is it is so radical left that even the liberal LA people can't stand it anymore. When you go to extremes, moderate people, clear-thinking people go, no. That's why it's going out of business. White supremacists? Now, the governor of Missouri, Mike Parson, said last week that the shooting happened and some thugs, his word, ruined the parade. Well, that did not sit with the mayor of Kansas City, Quinton Lucas. Roll it.
I disagree strongly with how he would describe that situation. I certainly do think this was criminal activity. It was lawlessness, and I think that that's troubling. But thugs is a dog whistle in the most classic sense, and I have seen this dog whistle time and again. There's this kind of giant conservative theory on social media now that the reason that mugshots haven't been shown is because the purported defendants are black, and if it were a white defendant, we would have just shown them. That is absolutely preposterous. There are protections to juveniles.
Okay, but we don't need to see the mugshots. What we need is the Kansas City police to define why the alleged murderers did what they did. Why are you charging them? Who are they? Are they gang members? I suspect they are. Are they minorities? I suspect they are. Because if they were white, even though the mayor says, oh no, you bet. Okay? And, you know, very few people will say that because you're racist if you say that. But most of the drug gangs committing most of the homicides with guns are minorities. Fact. So Conservative Ann Coulter addressed this. Go.
We don't know who did this shooting, by the way, the Super Bowl shooting.
We have some idea.
What?
If it were a white man shooting, we'd know.
Well, we don't know. But they haven't.
That's how we know it's not a white man. I can tell you that much.
You think they're repressing that reporting?
They wouldn't tell us about the transgender woman that shot up the Christian school for what, like a year? San Bernardino out here. Remember the crazy terrorist Muslims? That's when I first noticed, they're not telling us who it is. It's not a white male. The longer they go without telling you, it's not a white male.
Okay, her opinion, but it's not a wrong opinion. So, there is no excuse for the police and the city of Kansas City not to tell the people what happened here. Again, you don't have to give the names of the minor. You don't have to show their mugshots. What happened? This is being censored. We'll follow it. Okay. Another Kansas City thing. Remember when they watching the Super Bowl, these guys, 3 of them died and were frozen in the backyard of some guy's house. The guy's house is Jordan Willis. Okay, he's alive. His 3 friends, David Harrington, Clayton McGeeney, and Ricky Johnson, are dead. All right? Well, how did they die? Well, the authorities don't really want to tell us how they died. However, there has been autopsies, and apparently they had drugs in their blood system, including fentanyl. Now, they weren't out in the backyard when they were taking the drugs. They were in the house. Somebody moved them in the backyard. Well, nobody's been charged. Mr. Willis is in drug rehab. What's this all about? We don't know. Won't tell us anything. Why are they censoring this? Because if they aggressively pursue this, they'd have to arrest the drug dealer who sold them the fentanyl. There's no arrests. Okay? This happened. Do I have a date on this? No, I don't have a date on it. I should have a date on it, but I don't. So it's what? The Super Bowl was February 4th, something like that. They don't want to, the cops, they don't want to do it. They don't want to investigate drug deaths because it's too hard. They have to find a drug dealer. They have to do this. They have to do that. They don't want to do it. So they just leave it there. This is happening more and more and more and more. And there's no minority presence here. These are all white guys. No minorities in here. But I want to know who sold them the drugs. Don't you? Who's the dope dealer that sold them the fentanyl, killed 3 people? Shouldn't the cops want to know that? Shouldn't they be asking for our help to identify that drug dealer? Yeah. No. Tamp it down, tamp it down, tamp it down. This is corruption. Really makes me angry. So we're going to follow both of these things. It's really, but it's happening everywhere. Everywhere. You get minority drug gangs involved in crime, media's not going to report it. And we have given you the stats time and time and time again. Last week we did a whole segment on it. Overwhelmingly, the gun crimes in this country are committed by minorities, not white supremacists. Ugh, that's the memo.